Hello and welcome to Explore, the podcast brought to you by all manner of games, Tabletop Gaming Society in Nuneaton, Warwickshire. I'm Mike. That's Dave. That's Henry. And that's Dean. And we're going to talk to you about some nerdy shit.
You've taken Henry's opportunity away from
Sorry,
me.
Henry, go on.
Pretty fly for a white guy.
You said that one already, didn't you?
No.
Not
Are
that
you sure?
one. I came up with that one today.
Oh, right.
You are pretty fly for a white guy.
There's no argument at this table.
There isn't.
I'm just
Give
happy.
it to me, Henry.
I'm just happy I didn't fuck it up and say I'm white fly for a pretty guy. I'm just
Well, you might be.
I'm pretty white for a fly guy.
Yeah. There's no judgment here.
No?
I'm just.
And we are all pretty white.
Yeah, I think I am probably the whitest man you'll ever
don't know
meet.
about that. We're wearing all black at the minute.
I'm pale as fuck. All my friends take the piss.
I'm from the north. My skin colour is naturally pale blue.
I was like,
I'm whiter. Anyway,
We went to-
enough of that
So-
racism stuff.
I was going to say one more. Just
Go on then.
so, just whenever I go out to like Benidorm with my friends or whatever, I take my fucking shirt off, or I'm not wearing long sleeves, and it's like Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. It's like the beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
That was the colour of my back in Turkey.
Yeah, I tend to be the t-shirt
Blood has
suntan
been
burner.
spilled this
Yeah.
night.
So I'll have the sleeves and
Yep.
halfway on my arms.
Oh,
then
man.
I'll take my top
Farmer's
off,
tan.
We went
And your neck.
the
Uh-huh.
neck and the arms.
We went swimming in the Med in Turkey for approximately 30 minutes, and lobsters have been paler.
Yeah.
It was not great.
Yeah. Four ginger white guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pair who get to wear sunburn. But never mind. Anyway, shall we actually
the top
move
tips of ginger people.
with a real topic of conversation?
Okay, what would you like to talk about, Dean, with your real topics?
Well, I have a little bugbear.
Oh, God. Here we
Be-
go.
Yes, well, fucking deal with it, right? Because you asked.
You know what grinds my gears?
You know what really pisses me off? No, so one of the things I've mentioned in the past couple of weeks, obviously, been building magic decks at work and
Yes.
stuff, and so I've delved into my bulk quite a lot, and this, that, and the other. And I was looking online to see if there were stories and novels about Magic the
There are.
Gathering, right?
There are loads.
There are. Last one was written in like 2004.
Yes. I can
Where are
tell,
the
I can
fucking
tell
new
you
ones?
why.
Well,
I can tell you why.
Go
I
on.
can tell you why. I
That'd be a
I
good reason.
He's
I think-
itching to know.
I think we've discussed this previously.
You've discussed that there is law written for them,
Right.
but I don't know about
So there
why
was
they stopped
there
waiting.
was always books. There was always
Because
been law.
I remember reading one when I was about 14. It was
somewhere.
brilliant.
I think I might have charity shopped it, but somewhere I had one of the Lawwind books with Reese in it. Anyway, in War of the Spark, 2019? No, earlier than that.
Whenever, yeah.
2017. Whenever War of the Spark was. That was the last book. It was called War of the Spark. It was the tie novel for the set. They hired just the shittest author, who changed quite a
Is
lot.
this the geezer with Chandra?
Yes,
I remember you saying.
yes. Chandra in Magic the Gathering is famously a lesbian. She has been a lesbian since her inception. Always written as such.
I remember you saying
Until this man went, she always liked boys as well. Because he needed to shoehorn that
It's
in.
got to help somebody get some representation. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. And the community went, whoa.
Table flip.
Yeah.
We'll stand for a lot of shit in our writing, but you can't change a core character to the setting.
And she is a really
So,
cool
like,
character
so
as well. She's
egregiously.
really well known within the setting.
yeah.
right?
So they never hired him again, and they moved all of their books to being published short stories on their website. And if you read them, they are
You're cursed.
not great.
No?
They
Is it
They
written
have-
written by fans that don't know how to write?
it's how it feels.
Yeah.
Right.
Khan said this, and then he went over there and said this to so and so.
Right.
Ajani did a thing. Thrilling
The
narrative. This.
thing was good.
But is
And
there,
it's-
is there a thing that exists still now that's like a fan wiki?
The closest you'll get is someone like Spice 8 Rack or maybe the Prof. I've done YouTube videos that like the history of magic in
Extended
2 hours
lore
or
and
whatever.
stuff, yeah.
Your best bet is that. Sometimes the wiki is updated, but because it's fan led, it's usually like 3 sets behind.
Yeah.
So you'll find Brothers War on there now,
Yeah.
probably up to date.
That's because the sets come out too quick. So
There is that. too.
There is that as well.
There is
We'll
that.
gloss over that and the thing that's
But
going
yeah,
on in the
that's
news.
why there's no more books anymore.
Yeah.
Because Wizards went, well, we made no money on this because
It
we
was
did more refunds.
Yeah.
No more books.
I was looking for them online because, I desperately want to read
Yeah.
some more. It's something that I love doing, and it's something I don't do enough of. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, but you can't beat sitting and reading, I think. And I was looking for the novels, and I remember there was like the Brothers War trilogy, and there was
Yeah.
this and that, and the one that got
Leatherlights,
me into
the
it
saga.
was Garth One Eye, years and years ago. It's a really great story about a wizard arena, and how he becomes a planeswalker. It's a short, 200-page novel, but it's really, really good, packed full of action. And the prices of some of them are absolutely unreal now. Like,
Your
you can only get them second hand.
Yeah, your best bet, unfortunately, is to just trawl charity shops in
Yeah.
big cities. and
Well,
just hope.
I went into Waterstones with the ISBNs, and I was like, "Can you get me these?" And she was like, "No,
No, they're out of
not a
print.
chance." Like,
It's the same as all the Dragonlance books for D&D. You just have to charity
Yeah.
shop them. I've had good luck over in Coventry. There's an Oxfam bookshop there that's usually just chock full of fantasy.
right,
There's been a few in there.
decent.
For
You'll have to give me the address after. But on the back of that, I thought, what's everyone reading? What are you looking forward to read? Is there anything coming out that you thinking about reading? And I thought that would, because it's something we haven't talked about for quite some time, about reading
answer that?
things and actually just
yeah.
reading stuff. So
okay.
I mean, with myself, there was a chap who listens to us, who I work with, called Chris. So shout out to Chris. And he comes to me today, and funnily enough, he goes, 16 days. And I said, and I knew straight away. I was like, until the next book comes out of the series that we listen to from audio. And he's like, yes.
yeah,
Oh,
is this the Wandering Inn?
So this is the Wandering Inn
Yeah.
series for book
Only
18.
16 days, thank God.
I mean, that means in 17 days, Henry will be like, I need a new book to read.
Yeah, I've finished it.
Have you finished the Discworld yet?
No, actually,
I've,
because I do it at work, and
Listen to it at home as well. Then.
that's the thing, I need to.
When you
It's just
sleep.
it's like, cause I usually listen to audiobooks mostly when I'm at work, because it's just I can put my headphones in, stand on my bench, and just get on with it.
Yeah.
But now, because I'm in a project, I've said this before, I'm in a project where I have
people.
to collaborate with someone
Ugh.
else, yes.
God.
Which means
How
I
dare you
can't
have
even
colleagues?
Social interaction.
Which means I get about maybe half an hour where I can actually just work on
Yeah.
my own, and it's just, I'm actually
I
thinking
get about 2 minutes if I'm lucky, but
I'm thinking of just restarting Guards.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of like I've listened to
Yeah.
it so sporadically. It's like
Yeah.
I can remember it, but it's still just
Yeah,
disjointed.
man. Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
That's
So.
fair.
What's this new one about? Have you got a synopsis of it, or is it
We
the
have- There's a
It's about-
title.
It's about an inn that wanders.
yes. The,
Babalai Saga's house?
well, I mean, the Wandering Inn doesn't wander so much
It's
as
a,
it
it's a
has-
pun. You're wandering in
Yeah.
to the
Sure. Like the
Yeah.
barge right in from D&D. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's more a play on the words of just if you're wandering the wilds and come across this place.
All right.
It's the new title. So I'll look it up.
Yeah, man.
Henry, slow down for the love of God. I can't write this quick. Is the title of the new book.
Yeah. I'm trying to think before he looks at it. He's going to find it before I can think of it now.
Well, if you're looking at his phone, do you know what I mean? That's cheating a little bit.
Well, no, I wasn't directly looking.
Shit.
Well, now we're demonetized.
Leave that in. Leave that in.
The
Brilliant.
title is something to do with mages, which I know Henry particularly enjoys from the series.
Because that's we've not had much about the Mage Guild. It's strrinkled in here and there, and the title of the new book leads to that being maybe the Mage Guild being a main feature.
Ooh.
I'm very excited about.
Do you think feedback perhaps from fans has
Magic
led to that?
Ian.
Maybe.
Well, I think
Archmage's Ire is the title of the new book. So that
Ooh.
I'm
It's a pretty-
very.
It's a pretty good name for a book.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, the world that they're currently set in is only supposed to have about 4 or 5 archmages currently.
Well,
So, Middle Earth.
It's kind of, and the thing is, it's because it works on a video game class system kind of thing.
I read most of the first one
Yeah.
when I was on holiday last year, and then because life took over, I sort of put it down.
Well, the long and short of it is everyone's slowly now clocking on that the Mage Guild, who provides services,
I did.
are kind of dickbags.
That's a reoccurring trait in most media.
I was going to
right?
say,
Yeah.
that's
And it's
Mages be arsebags.
the thing is, it's also as well there are as Dave says, probably a handful of mages who have the title of Archmage, but it's mentioned in various of the 18 books that no one actually has the class. or
Right.
very few people have the class anymore. Like only
Okay.
like the really old ones, because it's sort of like there's been a massive dip in like magical knowledge. People like the archmages just died or just fucked off somewhere and just
But no, there's a reason for that within the book series itself as well, where
yeah.
a archmage of the past set a challenge of warded golems who basically have protect the higher tiers of the magical academy.
Right.
So it's sort of a challenge that if you aspire to be at a certain level or to get to the higher grade spells and stuff, if you can beat these golems, then you are
Alright.
deserving to then go and view the knowledge.
That's pretty.
But nobody has been able to
I
beat
mean, that
these
would
golems.
work in a D&D game really well,
Yeah.
actually. Thinking of that.
So it sort of capped everybody a lot.
Duly noted.
And it's sort of
Don't get level 2 until you can
It's
kill
also-
an iron golem.
it's a bit more dickish, I
It's a
think,
whole
than what
there.
Dave's actually said, because it's like this guy basically went and was like, "Yep, you know what? Fuck all of you people. You don't deserve to know this much knowledge. I'm putting this challenge up.
As a wizard
If any
does.
one of you beats it, all of you can come through, because it's only the one challenge. You just have to
Yeah.
beat it once, and then the rest of the academy's unlocked. No one's beaten it yet, so it's just I was like, you're all shit. You don't deserve it. Fuck you all," and then died.
Henry feels pretty strongly about this, I think.
I told you.
Little
he
bit,
enjoys
I got into the mind of this guy as I was reading the book, and he's like, "That's what I would do if I was this
I'd
guy."
never have guessed, like. I'd never have guessed.
Wow.
I want it, you can't have it, so go away.
Basically,
But the series basically has unfolded to being multiple protagonists.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not just one story thread. And it's got to the point where it's quite a lot. But
It really is.
I feel like the writer has successfully sort of entwined them enough to still sound or look like it could be a natural occurrence of two protagonists coming
Right.
into contact with each other
Sure.
on a situation rather than feeling it forced.
and we are very much approaching like multiple story threads crossing over, because they do it like it's not just like say one country or one continent. It's spread across like several, and
You tell me the inn doesn't wander.
there's like two of the two like main protagonists in a lot of the books are on the same continent. They meet fairly early on, but then there are other people on the next continent over, and they're now meeting acquaintances of other protagonists.
Right.
Like everything's starting to slowly sort of interconnect.
Yeah.
And, like I feel like
It's only taken 18 books to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's approaching soon. Probably not, and then it's probably going to take another 10 books. But I reckon there's going to be some big meet-up clash and like
Yeah.
just explosion of
A calamity
Plot.
that all these people need
Yeah,
to jump
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I mean, for myself, it's probably the longest series of books I've ever read.
definitely.
So I don't know the comparison to other book series that whether there seems to be a build up and then by book 5 it hits a big point and then then you've got that calm down and then you have that slow
Yeah.
build up again of these big main story plot things that the vices
I mean,
that happen.
the only comparison I've got is the Discworld. But every one of those, pretty much, you could read as a standalone. There is a
And how
story.
many-
43.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a sizable amount.
Yeah.
You know, you can read the arcs of certain sort of characters and stuff,
Yeah.
and they feed into other ones and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I've never read a series which, like Henry says, sort of comes to a head after that long. I don't recall ever reading one.
The
Actually.
closest I can give you is the Dresden Files.
I was looking at them over there like
there's 18 books as of January, just gone.
And is that one overspiring arc,
Mhm.
Mike, or is it?
All the way,
Yeah,
all the way. So it starts off full. Stormfront starts with Harry's sort of, I think it's his first or second year as a PI, and then it grows and grows until we get to, I want to say book 10. It might be 11 or 12, but Changes is named that because everything changes in like that book changes Harry's life, and that's the sort of the one arc, and now we're in the second arc where he sort of had quite a big boost in power
right.
after Changes and
certain events
God
that are
damn it,
taking
what the hell's
place.
the next book? What's next to Changes, Dean? It's going to bug me now.
Hang on a minute. Ghost Story.
Ghost Story. Ghost Story and Changes sort of happen within 3 weeks of each other.
So you're going to say within, I don't know, say 2 books of each other?
Yeah. So and that sort of like culminates Harry's sort of early years, as it would be, and he gets a sizable power boost at the end of Changes. And now we're into 12 months Battleground, the last big book, Battleground, gave him another jump in power. And 12 Months was a really interesting book, to be fair. Instead of it being an actual novel where you've got like one overarching plot, it's 12 months distilled down into one book. Battleground, as the name implies, is a huge battle of supernatural things between two. It's the forces of things that want to stay the same, and the forces of Ethnu, a goddess who wants to.
I was going to give a real world comparison there, but I might piss people off.
Probably won't.
Yeah. Science versus religion.
Kind of.
I thought you were going to bring politicians into it.
Well, no, let's not go down that
not
route.
quite.
That's another story.
Ethnu wants to return the world to how it was pre-real civilization, so she can be worshipped and gain power again. She's one of the Celtic gods from.
Sort of like American Gods, that a little bit.
It's very much so. At the end of Battleground, Chicago is reeling from the fight that has exposed the sort of the supernatural to normal people. And 12 Months is the next 12 months of Harry's life as he sort of deals with the fallout of the giant battle and helping people come to terms with the fact that magic is real in the city. And wasn't expecting it to be as poignant and as like emotional as it was. Okay. It was really like, because a lot of it, he loses a friend in the fight, and most of the book is him dealing with survivor's guilt slowly over 12 months and like progressively letting go of this person and healing from it. And the entire time he's like, I will never heal, like that person will be part of me forever. And then by the end of it, he's like, it's time to move on a little bit. And you can see it coming, Harry can't. And then there's a obligatory big fight at the end of it, and you're like, he does a feat of magic that if you look back at sort of Stormfront, he'd be like, shit, people can do that?
Yeah.
Fuck. And he's like, now he's just like, clicks his fingers and pulls a storm over the whole entire city, and everyone's like, oh fuck, Harry's strong now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun going into Mirror Mirror is next. That'll be fun.
Yeah, the next twist is he'll lose it all.
Yeah.
Well, so Butcher has...
Magic isn't real, it was all in his head.
Yeah, probably. Butcher has forecast 22 books and an apocalyptic trilogy to finish the series off.
Right.
So we're getting there, 18.
Decent.
It's taking a while now.
Yeah, man. Need to fucking hurry up.
2001 was the first book.
I've just looked up because I messaged Dave when I finished book 16 of The Wandering Inn about how many hours it is on Audible.
Is this total?
4,000.
This is total from 1 to 16 to finish was 639 hours 5 minutes,
Oof.
which is 26 and a half days.
Jesus.
Yeah, I did it in about a year.
Fucking hell.
You've done it. I think
less than a year.
You've done it less than that.
Yeah.
I think you've done it during the course of Explore.
Yeah, you've done even more than that, because I started them. I went on holiday to Greece last June.
Yeah.
I want to say, and it wasn't long before that you'd started them, because I downloaded it on the Kindle to read.
I think I got the audio
in Greece, like so.
I think I got the first one. I just never got on with it.
Like 8 to 10 months.
Yeah, you didn't get to.
I really struggle with lit RPG. I'd love to love it because I absolutely love RPGs. I absolutely love fantasy. I'd love to love it, but something about adding video game concepts to a book just turns me off immediately.
I will say I've listened to a couple of lit RPGs. The ones I like, I love The Wandering Inn. I like He Who Fights with Monsters. I know I've mentioned.
I think I've read the
I
first
was
one.
going to start that one to give it a go.
I like that one. I'm waiting for that next one to come out as well. I have listened to a couple others, and they do miss, I think, more than they hit.
I'm very curious with Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I'm debating that after I've given.
I feel like I've
the
slept on
Discord
that.
a good stab.
That's all over YouTube at the minute.
It's going to be an
film
actual video game or a film.
Film
about it.
adaptation coming.
That's it, yeah.
But I don't know how. Again, it's a little RPG, so I don't really want to spend the cash. If I can find it in a charity shop, I might pick it up.
Because borrow it
if
from
you
someone if
happen
they
to
buy
fall
it.
upon it. Then,
Oh no, a book. Not that I need any more.
What a shame.
The weirdest lit RPG that I read, the first 2 books of this. It was I was reincarnated as a demon tree.
You were
already out.
reincarnated as a demon tree.
That's the name of the book.
Oh, I thought you had a weird dream or something.
That's the name of that's the name of the lit RPG.
Not
It's
again,
I was
Henry.
reborn as a
Experience
tree.
with substances or something. Do you know what I
And it's
mean?
just this dude just goes to another world, and instead of being reincarnated as like an elf or some sort of fantasy hero warrior, he's a fucking tree.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Eventually, basically,
on.
he's just a tree on this noble family's
Land.
home grounds, estate. That's the word I was looking for. And shit happens. He's a magic tree. He protects the young scion, and then essentially becomes worshipped like a god.
Do you ever
And way down the line, it's weird.
do you ever read like smaller publishers' books, like smaller writers' books that aren't big ones, like Kindle exclusives? I've been reading a few of them recently. There's the Iron Druid is fantastic, as is Colin McCool's books. But I read one once called Smilodon.
Smilodon.
It was
Saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah, it was the first of a series. Smilodon, Consular Times, I think, and then Rock. I read them out of like I have to finish the series because I've started now, and they were 99p. The first one started really cool. This guy gets attacked in the mountains of America by what he thinks is a mountain lion. Survives somehow inexplicably. Turns out he was attacked by a were saber-toothed tiger, and now he's a saber-toothed tiger were.
Velocipaster.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean,
Some
okay,
gold there somewhere.
okay, I'm in, sure. But then it turns out that were saber-toothed tigers are really rare, and in the West community, that means he's now the king,
Oh fucking hell!
and he has to be.
What about the one?
Kingly.
What about the one that attacked him?
That's a feral. It doesn't matter.
That's convenient.
Yep. But then the woman from the were community that is given to him as sort of his aid.
I thought you were going to say his wife there.
I love.
Yes.
Okay.
She's like, Smilodons are really attractive, aren't they? I'm a dire wolf. Let's be partners and mates.
Jesus.
And then another were comes to town in the second book,
I love.
and
how
she's like, I also like Smilodons. Let's be a throuple. And in the fourth book, third book, even the third one comes in. I'm like,
No.
stop watching anime.
Yeah.
It's a
This is
harem.
just smut
Like,
now.
this is just a smutty harem book.
Yeah.
God damn it, guys! I was really into were saber-tooth
Where
tiger.
society, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I
really
love
cool
almost
idea.
I love how you keep saying where society, but where just means man. So you're just saying like
Yeah, I know.
this man society or
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
And it's just
Are there any sort of things that you've watched perhaps that you think deserve books? Anything that you've watched? Because I've just made that comment there about Grimm. I don't know if there were any books
Some
about
books for Grimm would be good.
it. That
There
was
there was a book. It's up there somewhere. There was a book for Warehouse 13.
yeah.
It was
Love Ware.
not good.
Love Warehouse 13.
I read
That
it.
was
Warehouse
brilliant.
13 was fantastic. I read it because I love Warehouse 13.
Yeah,
It was
needs a redo that.
okay. We need Warehouse 14
Yeah,
with Claudia as
we do. Yeah,
as Mrs.
That was a fantastic
Lorraine
series.
Adler, whatever her name is.
yeah. The series Grimm. I thought it was. It's German fairy tales, so there are books on it.
sort of. Yeah, loosely.
Ah,
Loosely. So you have these
Wesen.
beings called Wesen, and they are essentially were animals, right? And you've got all the way from mice up to lions, elephants,
Yeah.
ogres, all this
There's
sort of
some, there's some
right?
dragons.
Like-
It's essentially people with like Wesen blood who've got a bit
Yeah.
of animal blood in them, and they can sort of warg into
Yeah,
Imagine,
half human, half.
Imagine having like were ancestry in like, or if you're in like the were
Where's
community
your
before you unlock it.
mate. There's
if
sheep.
they're like, yeah,
Mhm.
but
They're
it's
a
like
were sheep.
if they're like, oh, I wonder if I'm going to be a wolf. I wonder if I'm going to be a lion or something.
Oh,
I'm
no.
a fucking mouse. I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm a were
so
amoeba.
disappointed.
But oh mate,
I'm a were slug.
Yeah,
Woo!
it was really cool. They had
I loved Grimm
yeah.
until it became a bit of a sort of
Well, they started running out of money, and
Yes.
they ended it, and it was an ending.
it was.
It was an ending,
It
and
was.
that was about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like they had the Hexen Beasts. Hexen Beasts
They're
were
witches.
witches, essentially, like really powerful witches. But the main character was what you call a Grimm, and they were traditionally hunters of Wesen, right? And they were
so
given
they were the people. It's a bloodline that sort of keeps Wesen in check.
yeah.
Because some things like the lions and the predator Wesen sometimes get a bit murdery.
Yeah.
And
No,
sometimes there's conflicts within the Wesen
Yeah.
community.
You had,
that
you had
need
the
a bit
big
of-
bad wolf, right? His mate Monroe was a bloodbath, and in German it means bloodbath, right? But Monroe was a vegan, and Monroe
like
was a clockmaker.
fucking gentlest man on the
Yeah,
planet.
and he, he wore a waistcoat, and this, and it was brilliant. It was really, really funny. But yeah, it ended abruptly.
Yep.
Because, like I said, they cancelled the series. It ran out of money. It was
went-
really, really good.
It also started going a little bit teen drama-y.
It did a
towards the
little
end.
bit, didn't it?
I think
It's-
I have
it
watched
stopped
it,
being like
yeah.
about the Vesson and being about
Him and
him
his-
and his love life, and I'm like, I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
No.
I want to watch him solve Vesson
Yeah,
issues.
was-
That's
this
cool.
is the thing.
Yeah,
That, that was the twist. So Nick, the main guy in it, was a police officer. So he couldn't just go around killing people indiscriminately because,
Yeah.
albeit they're people, they're still people. You know, they still got jobs and this, that, and the other.
There's the
Um,
law.
Yeah,
You would fucking love the Dresden Files.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. We'll go back to it.
I will
It's
start
urban
it, mate.
fantasy. It's the
I
same thing.
will
It's
start
great.
it. I will
We'll
start
start-
it tonight. You've given me Stormfront. I know exactly where it is. It's in the shed, in a box, in a waterproof box.
It's in the bin.
I bought a new copy.
Yeah.
No, I
Under
will.
some
I
more
will
boxes.
start
I've given
Stormfront tonight.
I've given Stormfront out to so many people to start that every time I give it out, the next day I go and buy a new copy because I know it's not coming
Well,
back to me.
the
I know
thing
it's
is,
not.
right? I'm
Let's buy a new copy.
I'm on a night shift tomorrow, so I have to stay up late tonight. It's short enough that you can probably finish it in
I
a
mean,
day and a half,
I re- I-
thereabouts, given.
maybe I read 12 months in 8 hours.
Yeah.
The day it came out. So
Yeah.
I probably
I
will like
reckon I could probably do that, you know.
a couple of days. a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of time, I will start it tonight,
If
and
you-
I will
if you-
give you feedback.
If
on me
if you want something to
tonight.
listen to instead, Audible have started doing it as an audio drama.
I can't listen to it on Audible,
It's not James Masters.
right?
So they're doing it as an audio drama, book by book, with a full cast.
Okay.
It's really good. Stormfront's out, and I think Full Moon, the second book 2, is out.
The thing is, I think I'll still read it
That's fair.
because I can make up my own voices then.
That is fair. That is fair.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Grimm. I really would love
Some
some
books in Grimm
stories
would be cool.
about Grimm. That was really good.
Yeah.
I'm very much in the same boat as Mike, to be fair, at the minute, where I'm reading or listening to audiobook a small series. It's only got 2 books in it so far, which is by a writer called Heather Palmer, called Deathbound, and I'm on the second book now, which is called Bloodbound. And it's sort of set in with a Scottish aesthetic.
Ooh, lovely.
And it's a little bit. I mean, it took me by surprise because it's a little bit smutty-ish. That sort of what that I didn't
Okay.
anticipate. But I very much the same that I've started this series now. I need to finish it through.
Hey,
Yep.
sex sells.
So
Sex sells.
sex sells.
We had this discussion at book club the other day.
Microsoft Sex Sells.
Very good, Henry. Very good.
that
Prepare to be sued.
That'll go on a t-shirt.
Yep.
Now we're double demonetized.
Yep. Oh, God,
double
fuck,
D's.
we've got a page
Double
down
D in
there.
the morning.
End the episode. No, we had this conversation at book club the other day. Last book club. We're getting a bit sick of surprise romantasy. You know, when you pick up a book up and you're
Yeah.
like, "This looks fucking amazing," and then I always do a little Google before I buy a book because I don't know what's going on. I picked up Alchemized, whatever it's called. It's like the new fantasy thriller, and I was like, "Oh, I'll give it a go." Started to Google. This has got surprise romanticism. I'm like, back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Like,
I
just-
don't mind it when it adds to the story. Like
Yeah.
there's what was it?
Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong. Jim Butcher is a horny fuck,
yeah.
and there is some
Yeah.
sex in the Dresden Files,
Which
there's-
is
there's some
fine.
sex in everything.
There was I can't remember what the bloody name of it is. There was the oh nah, that's gonna do me. Was it Robin Hobb? No, it wasn't Robin Hobb. It was about you would have read it. I'm sure you've got it on your shelf somewhere. Young lassie becomes a white mage, becomes a black mage in a university.
Karen Miller's thing.
The name of her sex tape.
Oh no. Anyway,
Pug the Magician.
sure.
Black Magician, Black Tower, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In this series, there is a young guy. You draw magic from things, and you
Yep.
draw magic from people, right? And there's a country on the other side of this border who are sort of evil mages and this that, and the other. That's not the point I'm trying to make. In there, gay people are vilified, and they can never become full-blown magicians, right? Or they're not allowed to be, or that And there's a scene in there where one of the guys he is secretly gay, and she's the woman who wrote it. She's trying to weave it in as a really serious plot point, and I think it was to give people representation, and it makes so much sense. He falls in love with another guy, and they sort of run off together, and he's a magician somewhere else now. And it was a really, really poignant point. And there was quite I wouldn't say a graphic sex scene, but it was descriptive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was involved. It was pertinent to the story,
Yeah.
and it was there
Relevant.
for a reason.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. When you just get smut for the sake of
Yes.
it, I'm with you. I just
Yeah, like
fucking
I don't care for it. I put up with it in Butcher because Harry is
You're
Harry's
Jesus.
Harry's a horn dog occasionally, right? He definitely suffers from the male gaze.
yeah.
Women are described as, that every woman he comes across, she was.
Well, you said
Staggeringly beautiful.
you've said multiple times that in the start he's a real misogynist.
He's
and-
not massive. Like it's more. I wouldn't call him a misogynist. Like, outdated views.
Right.
Men should open
Yeah,
doors.
yeah.
Women can't. Women shouldn't be police officers.
Right.
That sort of thing. And he's very quickly. He meets Carrie Murphy, who goes, "Cool, I'm a female police officer. I'm gonna take down that troll. Fuck you."
Yeah.
And suddenly he's like, "Fuck, women can do a lot of things."
Yeah.
But because he had a stunted teenage years, and then he's confronted with, because it's the Fae, are in there quite often. Also, vampires are in there quite often. He's confronted quite often with like supernaturally good-looking women, and his teenage brain kicks in. And he's like, boobs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I get that because it's
Yeah.
part of his
yeah.
character, and he's sort of
I
he
would
is
challenge
developing.
you, though. The thing
he
is,
developing that.
I would challenge you to any man, gay or not, who doesn't like looking at boobs.
Fair.
I'm sorry, like, yes, it may sound really, really sexist. I hope it doesn't come across as that. It's just a fact. Boobs are class. And that's it.
There's a t-shirt.
Title of the
Boobs are
episode.
class.
Maybe not. But no, that like occasionally I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, Harry.
Boobs are class.
back on track.
Microsoft sex sells.
Unaudible.
I think you might also like Baron Aronovich and his Rivers of London series. I've got the first one and a novel down there.
Okay.
I've got the rest on my Kindle. They are an urban fantasy like the Dresden Files, set in London, following first-year police officer, whose name I can't remember.
Dave.
I can't remember his name.
Jimmy Space.
Who stumbles across a
Jimmy Police.
Jimmy, please.
He sent, Jimmy Police. He sent.
Jimmy Copper would be a really
Copper.
good name,
Yeah.
actually.
That is a-
Sorry,
great name.
there's my new D&D character.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, please carry on. mate.
So he sent.
because we've got to get to the break.
PC Grant. And I can't remember his first name.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Grant. He's sent to to patrol Covent Garden, and sees a
Great night out.
a supernatural murder happen. Chases the suspect, who vanishes into thin air, and because he's the witness, the magic policeman comes. He's not. He's a wizard who is also the Met's sort of like go-to investigator for the
Supernatural.
and he takes him on as an apprentice, and then the 8 books or whatever is him solving London's magic crimes. It's really fun.
So it's the Dresden Files in London. Almost.
But with a policeman,
But
not,
with
a,
a
not a
copper.
PI. Pretty much, yeah. Most urban fantasy
Sounds like a
is
theme with your interests here, Mike.
most
Yeah.
urban fantasy is man investigates crime with magic,
Yeah.
because it's the easiest thing to write.
Does he have outdated views on women?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no. He's quite progressive.
He's gay. He has no views on women.
No, he
But he likes boobs.
he at one point in the series he starts a relationship with the personification of one of the rivers of London, who is a goddess.
Okay.
Really cool, really cool.
Ah, yes, Lady Thames. Your
Vivian-
curves are looking
Oh.
very lustful today.
I think the Thames is male, old Father Thames. It's Beverly Brook, as in Beverly Brook, the tributary of the Thames. All of the rivers of London are actual goddesses or gods that are sort of their river waterway. It's quite cool
Makes
idea.
sense.
What else is new that I've been reading?
Well, but shall we save it for the second half?
can do.
Because we are quite on, and we need a little break,
Yeah, okay,
I think,
do that.
for some sponsors.
Because I want to talk about some books I've been reading.
Good
Some
stuff.
smut.
Some more smut.
Gonna research some smut.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I'm going to recite you my romantasy from my phone. I've been
Jimmy
like,
Smut.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Smut.
Smut.
We will see you very shortly.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
Send him it.
Are you in or around Nuneaton and looking for a place to roll dice, tap lands, or command armies on the tabletop? Then check out All Manner of Games, Nuneaton's friendliest tabletop gaming club. Whether you're into board games, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, D&D, or just want to try something new, we've got you covered. We meet every Wednesday from 7 till 10 PM and every Friday from 7 till 11 PM at Nuneaton United Reformed Church Hall. With an extensive revolving games library, tables for all your gaming needs, a well-stocked snack bar, and an incredible social community, it's all your tabletop needs in one place. Entry is just a $5 every week you join us, and your first visit is free. New players and veterans alike are welcome, so come along, make friends, and play more games. Find out more at www.allmannerofgames.co.uk, on social media at All Manner of Games, or on our community Discord. A link to this can be found on our website. All Manner of Games, where tabletop adventure begins.
Struggling to get the desired result with your scenery, basic or diorama? It's time to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. At Terrain Tutorials, his aim is to inspire you to take on new challenges, learn exciting new skills, and unlock your full potential. The tutorials will have hints, tips, and tricks to help you achieve your goal, and he'll always read and comment back. Join him and grow together and push yourselves to create something new. Find it on YouTube/@Terrain Tutorial.
Welcome back, everyone. For those of you that are wondering why these three reprobates are giggling, because we were talking about smut in the first half, they've decided for the entirety of the break just to make smut jokes. Because I record with three grown-up children, apparently.
Yes, with the emphasis on,
Children, grown up.
having
You are
the,
one of us, don't
You're
lie.
not wrong, but in this situation, I am the
He's
grown-up.
taking the moral high
I
ground.
am. Enough.
Dean Highbrow instead of Mike Highbrow this time.
For once.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh God.
what are you
what were you wanting to
Oh,
continue
no,
on?
this here.
I've just read James Islington's fantastic second series. There's 2 books in it so far. There will be a third. It's due 2027. The Will of the Many, Strength of the Few. Don't know what the third one's called yet. The Hierarchy series. They're set in the Hierarchy. The Katenan Empire. Katenan Empire? Something like that.
The Catan?
Catan. It's Catan with an E in it.
Yeah.
Right, it's not a second A.
Contain?
Kate, whatever it is. And that works. It's sort of modelled on sort of Rome, very sort of Rome aesthetic.
Right.
Everyone's names are very sort of ancient Rome sounding.
Christmas bonus and noxious vapors.
Not quite. Decimus Whatsumajigger.
Yeah, nigger stickers.
Yeah,
Well, sure,
I knew he was coming.
Yeah.
I was setting you up there.
Yeah.
The names that I've just mentioned actually are from Asterix.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
comic
Get to
series, but
fix.
yeah.
Mine was from Monty Python.
Vital
Yep.
statistics.
Yeah.
Anyway, the hierarchy works by having 3 branches of government: the religion, governance,
And
Marshall?
the other 2.
one more. It's not martial, military. And each of those has a princeps, and there's like a hierarchy system that goes from princeps down to octavi, which is the lowest, and the octavi cede half their willpower to somebody above them, who then does the same again and again and again up to the princeps, which gives them
to Gilliman.
up to Gilliman, yeah, which gives them supernatural power, strength, and whatnot. You know, they can think quicker, they can
React
they
quicker.
can
yeah.
bench more, they can, and they become sort of almost superhuman. And you very rarely see anyone above a sextus there. But you follow Viz, who starts the book as what you think is an orphan, but actually is
OP to fuck.
kind of. I mean, it's a fantasy. It's always going to happen. Viz is the orphaned son and heir to the island of Seuss, his dad was the king, and the hierarchy, the Catalan Empire, went to him and said, "Look, join us. Your neighbours have whatever," and he said, "No, we're good." So they tried again, and then eventually they just took it, and then Viz was orphaned in the escape, and he spent the last 4 years, I think, 3 years, 4 years, living underground under an assumed name, and refuses to do the ceremony that lets him be able to cede will. Because he wants to stay, I'm Susan, this. Then he gets adopted by Sextus, who wants him to go to school for nobles of magic, and investigate his brother's disappearance. So he gets shipped off under that. But at the same time, there's a sort of freedom movement going, like in the area, in the world, that are sort of anti the Empire, and they're undoing things where they can, but they're not well loved by the populace, because while the populace kind of agrees with them, they're using very violent means,
Right.
which is sort of undermining their image. And he gets caught up in a sort of very convoluted plot line between the two the Empire and these rebels, and then the adoptive father, and this mystery in the island. And then the second book, at the end of the first book, it's revealed that there's a specific thing that's happened in the past to save the world from these cycles of calamity that end the world. And the last one ended at the start, 350 years ago, at the start of the Empire, and left only children alive, which is why the Empire's a bit crap, because they've all remembered. It's kids trying to figure out how to do it in the initial generation from the memory of their parents doing it.
Yeah.
It's a bit sort of like a bit broken, but it turns out that X years ago, I can't really remember now, one of these cycles of governance did this weird ritual thing that copied the world into three. So there's three instances of the world at the same time happening concurrently in space-time. There's Res, I don't remember them now, Res, Caterna, and another one, Habituum, I think. Habituum is dead. It's just a dead world now, governed by this like omnipotent tyrant, and everybody in there is dead and just reanimate corpses and whatever. Then there's Res, which is almost like Celtic Island, and then there's the Empire's world. And at the end of the first book, spoilers for anyone that's reading it. Sorry, I just can't not. I can't not give this detail away. Viz is the first person ever copied into three, an instance of him exists at the same time on each of the three worlds, or independently from the point he gets copied, not knowing what the fuck's going on. So like he finishes a thing in the Empire and wakes up on Res like, what the fuck's this? Yeah. Magic is different. The world is different. People speak a language that is kind of like Celtic in my world, but not. Then on Habituum, he's very sort of, he finds some friends and he's like, what the fuck is going on? What's this? And then he tasks himself to go and take out this tyrant because he thinks that'll get him back to, because each version of Viz, each thinks they're the main Viz.
Yeah.
And realise that they're a copy. And then the second book was
when all powers combine.
Yeah. Essentially, there is one other synchronous person.
Viz Prime.
Yeah.
There is kind of a Viz Prime.
Like Pumat Sol from
yeah.
Critical Role.
There's one more synchronous person somewhere in the world that is making it. He's there. They are the reason. By what we think at the end of book 2, they are the reason that these calamities keep happening every 300 and something years. And Viz is now each individual access of Viz is like, I'm going to stop this if I can, because he's the hero.
Then he dies.
I don't know. It ended on such a cliffhanger on the book 2, and I was like, fuck, the next one's like 2027. God damn it. Shit.
It's only next year.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm not picking that up anytime soon. Then
I mean, I wouldn't pick up Name of the Wind anytime soon. This year marks the 15th year that we haven't had the Doors of Stone.
Still nothing.
Nope. Still nothing. 15
Needs to
years.
get his fucking arse in together, then, doesn't he?
He does. I've got I've got some other stuff up there.
What I can't remember though now is, having read them or listened to them via the audiobooks, is to whether you pre-warned me that you were still waiting.
I always do.
And
it's not fair.
I think I ignored it.
Always say to people, this is some of the best fantasy you'll ever read. Be aware it's not finished.
Yeah.
But you can kind of, I mean, if you're very generous with it, you can treat it as a 2-book series. And if you're very interested, there is a very well-written fan fiction book 3 online, which sort of like speculates what they think.
Yeah,
it's quite.
It's
very well written.
I tell you what I should do.
Read more.
Yeah, but there is that.
Take your pick.
Does it show? No, there was a series I started. I think it was around about 2011.
Mills and Boone.
No. And it was called The Painted Man. Man trilogy.
Peter V. Brett.
Peter V. Brett.
I've got book one somewhere.
Any of you? I know, obviously, Mike's jumping there. Either of you?
Nope,
So
no.
it's set in this sort of alternate world where every night demons visit the world and try and sort of kill people and whatever. And there are demons of every kind. So there are wood demons and rock demons and sand demons.
There's boob demons.
If there's a very hard cut in the last 10 seconds, it's because Henry said something we can't.
Henry said something very inappropriate, but never mind. Anyway,
Naughty.
I found it quite amusing.
so yeah, so there's all these different types of demons, you know, fire and this, that, and the other. And the people of the world have come up with a way to defend against them by writing runes and scrolling runes in various different things and this, that, and the other. And it follows what's his name?
I don't remember.
Anyway,
I read them
the main
years
guy.
I
He's
think I'm more surprised that Mike doesn't remember.
Mm.
You do usually have a...
Yeah, but I've got a lot of books in my
It
brain.
was such a long time ago. There was the main chap. He starts off as a kid. I want to say Rin. It's not Rin, but I want to say
I think
Rin.
you're thinking of Mistborn.
Might be.
Her name is Rin.
Yeah, but anyway, so he sees his family massacred because his mum runs out to get him. Runs beyond the wards of these, their farm.
Yep.
And he then vows to go on and sort the demons out and this, that, and the other.
I'll sort him out.
And he
I'll
ends
show him.
up.
Tally ho.
He ends up. It's a really clever series
Got that
because
too.
the books sort of
Just
follow
like
various
mute
different
Henry.
people in the world. I didn't talk in your bit.
Sorry, babe.
Shut up. Fucking lizard.
I was listening.
Yeah, thank you. Henry.
Sorry, I was debating muting Henry.
I didn't fucking talk in your bit. But anyway,
Please continue.
yes. So what he does, he goes out and he finds this. He goes on this massive pilgrimage and finds, because there's no runes to attack. There's everything to defend, but nothing to attack. But there is legend of a warrior years ago who had this spear and it could kill demons permanently and this and that. So he goes essentially what's into the Muslim empire. In the world. That's the way that I read it. It's very similar. It's got 7 pillars of, belief and this, that, and the other. And he learns the language and then he's attacked. He cuts the arm off of a rock demon, this 15-foot rock demon, and it starts following him. And then it besieges the city that he's in and he gets blamed for it. But he gets the spear, finds the spear. Ultimately, it's an ancestor of the city that he's in, someone in the city that he's in. They take it off him, they kick him out into the desert, off you go. So he then goes, he remembers all the runes, obviously, eidetic memory, obviously. And then he goes and he gets them tattooed on himself. And then he becomes this sort of living weapon. Do you know what I mean? He's sort of punching demons' heads off and stuff. And it's really cool. And I read the second one, and then I never brought the third one. I never got into the third one. Can't remember. I think I might have deployed to Afghanistan, and I never got the chance to.
The last thing you want to read in the desert is another book about being in the desert.
About being in the
Yeah,
desert when
yeah.
you're in a beer shithole, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, the premise of it did sound very much like the very Bible-esque.
it sort of is. I mean,
Ward off the
yeah.
paint your door with blood.
Yeah.
If you sort of read into
ward
it,
off
I
the
think that's
spirits.
probably where the inspiration came from. The second one follows the leader of the empire that he goes to. It's not Muslim. I want to sort of reiterate that. It's just based off of them. It's very adjacent. Very adjacent.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's an analog and a sort of heavily inspired by.
Yeah. And so this guy, again, he grows up in sort of destitution and he goes to this school where all warriors go. And it's a really, really sort of interesting little mechanic that the author puts in, that their hierarchy in this school of the students is based upon where you stand in the food line. And if you can beat up the next guy in front of you, you go in front of him, and it's all these kids just battering each other. Anyway, it follows him and it's a really, really cool... I think it started out as a trilogy. I want to say it was the Painted Man trilogy. I'm not sure if it's evolved into anything
There's 5
else.
or 6.
Yeah.
I think I keep seeing book 5 at charity shops. But
Yeah.
like never the rest of them.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
called the Painted Man trilogy. I'm sure it was, and then it became the Demon War series or something.
Yeah.
And that's something I think I'd like to pick up again.
Yeah.
Peter Brett really enjoyed. And then there was one more. It was about. I only read the first one, and it was about colours. Magic had different colours. And there was the sort of Grand Archmage who could control all 5. And everybody was, they went to this university. And if you could only control 1, you're a peasant. Yeah, get in the fucking bin. Do you know what I mean? But if you could control 2, then all of a sudden you had options and this, that, and the other. And there was a dagger. I remember there was a dagger that if you stabbed somebody with it, it didn't do them any damage, but it took away a colour that they could use, and this guy gets stabbed with it, and all of a sudden he can't control blue magic, and I can't remember the name of that. That was really
I
cool.
blew myself.
Yeah, that was a really
no,
cool
I can no longer mill.
Yep.
Oh my god! But yeah, that was
That's a magic joke, right?
It's a magic joke. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was a deep joke on at least 2 levels.
I think I'm gonna read Stormfront tonight, and then I'm gonna have a
Yep.
look for the rest of
Yep.
the Painted Man.
I've
I really
decided-
enjoyed that.
Yeah, I've decided this year I'm going to buy a Kindle.
Yeah,
I'm still going to buy books. Obviously, I can't not. I can't.
you will
help,
have an addiction.
I
my
can't
lad.
help myself. But I'm getting very tired of carrying a whack-off book to the train every day with me,
Yeah.
along with my laptop and all my work
Whack
stuff.
off book.
A whack
Whilst
off
whacking
book.
off.
Isn't that called porn?
No,
Yeah, talk
no.
about
I
smart.
realised that when I was reading.
That's the other shelf of books.
Yeah, that's upstairs.
The shelf you can't see.
That's upstairs. When I was reading, what is the many? Strength of the Few. It's next to the Dresden Files in the corner.
Wow, that's
It's a big old
that's
book.
a big
innit?
old lump, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I was like, this bag's really heavy.
Yeah.
I hate this. I want to read Tower of the Tyrant, the big purple book on the corner.
Yeah, that's a big old lump and all.
Don't want to take that on the train. Well, I do, but I don't want to carry it. So I think I'm going to buy a Kindle and then just start buying whatever's like 99p and cheap to read,
Yeah, man.
read on the train. And then if I see stuff in charity shops, pick them up for in actual book form.
No, definitely something I need to do more of.
There's an old book that I've got. I don't know where I got it from. It's just from my childhood,
Okay.
and I've never finished reading it.
Just magically appearing.
Is it The Very Hungry Caterpillar?
But no,
guys in the end?
Oh, Dean!
spoilers. But the concept for it drew me in, and I think that's why I got it. But it's Star Trek
Okay,
meets X-Men.
cool. All right,
Okay.
I might be in.
Sounds like Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond right there.
And so, like, this book was made in like mid-90s.
Okay.
And I always try to read it, and for some reason or another, I just never get around to sort of really
I've got a
delving
few like
into
that.
it. And I think it's because the concept sounds cool, but the story is a bit weird and
I've got
drab.
A few like that.
So, but I think I determined. I'm like, it's one book that I have that I want to
I
own.
will get
Here's
through
a
this.
question for you on the sort of subject of one book. What do you remember getting that got you into reading? It was the one that I know we all learned to read as a kid. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, like, was the one that sort of, and you were like, this is now a hobby I have and I enjoy.
I admittedly struggled to learn to read,
Okay.
which I always found as a weird concept.
Sorry,
Why
I
are you
was
laughing at
30.
that, you evil.
I was
How dare you.
31. was what I was laughing at. The idea that he was
And
like,
he's only 33 now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a bit older. Yeah, no, and I had like the extra lessons you would sort of
Sure.
get to help sort of
wrong with
bump
that.
up the reading.
yeah.
For me, the first book that ever came to mind is going to be The Hobbit,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
which is really a bit of a cliche sort of thing, but it's the one that I just
Not
would
at
take
all.
on holiday with us when we would go, to be it the camper van somewhere in Scarborough, or whether
Ooh.
it be like Spain somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the sort of the one that
El
came to
Hobbit.
me that I first sort of read from start to finish, and being proud of myself.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Of kind of going, I still don't know if that's a person to replace, but I read it.
Yeah.
And then, like a lot of people, then I think that I'd read the Harry Potter books as they were coming
Sure,
out because
yeah.
it was part of my childhood. And weirdly, I slowed down reading them, and the films were coming out, and the films then overlapped. So I only ever got to like the fifth, which is the Order of the Phoenix.
It is. It is.
The fifth book is the only one I read, and then the films then filled in the rest of the gaps. Unfortunately,
Fair one, man.
I will. So I never really read as a kid. I just didn't have the patience for it.
go and laugh at him a day. In my
I wasn't laughing at you not being able to read. I was laughing at the idea that you were 31. Right?
you were laughing at
In
yourself.
terms
I
of,
was.
in terms
I
of
had
my
a funny thought.
childhood books, it was the How to Train Your Dragon series.
Nice.
All right.
That got me. That I read. They're the things I can vividly remember reading the most. After that, it was just like I never really read that much. I read the Harry Potter books 2 years ago for the first time.
Wow. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah. Well, I said read them. I listened to them on all of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
But,
Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to listen to those.
They're very, very
Just
good.
because of the cast.
Yeah.
Oh no, the cast
Oh,
ones.
no, the full
I haven't-
cast ones are out at the moment.
I'm curious.
Goblet of Fire's just come out this month, or like 2 days
That's
ago.
got James McAvoy as Moody, right?
Yes, and it's got oh god, forgot his
Hugh,
name.
Hugh
Hugh
Laurie.
Laurie as
Hugh
Dumbledore,
Laurie.
which is
Dumbledore,
he's done really well with
Okay.
that. to be fair.
Wow.
I really love Hugh
I'm
Laurie.
really tempted, but I also don't want to waste my one. I say waste. I want to use my one credit on a book I've read to death.
Yeah, but that's why I'm hanging off on the full cast because I
Why
did
another one, you fucking typed off?
No, I've got books to read.
because
To the man who buys a Dresden File book to give out to people to then buy
Yeah,
it
I
again.
do the same with Name of the Wind as well. To be fair,
Yeah, that's true.
I picked up a copy of Name of the Wind in a charity shop for like 50p the other day, and I was like, "Hey, Chad, read this book."
Yeah.
You've doomed him as well.
Yep.
Sorry, Henry.
yeah, I'm holding off on reading the full casts because they're only compared to Wandering In, they're short books.
I mean, yeah, anything,
so-
anything short compared to that.
Yeah, so I'm just sort of that. It's like I'm just gonna wait until
Boring
they're
books.
all out and then just binge them all like I did with the Stephen
Yeah,
Fry
that's
editions.
That's totally fair.
Because I did I listened to Philosopher's Stone,
Yep.
and then it was immediately like now I've got to wait a month for the second one.
Sure. Yeah.
But no, I've got
So are there 2 renditions out though in audio form of Harry Potter?
Yes. So there's Stephen Fry did the original audiobook, and now they're doing
Oh,
now
okay.
they're re-releasing them as a full cast adaptation.
Yeah, I knew of the full cast one. I
In
didn't
the lassie
realise.
who plays Hermione Granger, the young lassie from the Matilda films.
Might very well be.
I want to the new
The new one,
Matilda film.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
Tim
musical
Minchin, Tim
one.
Minchin musical.
Yeah.
Kit Harington. Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Is Lockhart.
Oh, right.
Well, okay, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Decent.
That's pretty good.
And who
So,
else?
Simon Pegg is Mr. Weasley.
Kieran Knightley is Dolores Umbridge.
Oh
my God.
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
I mean, somebody sounds like they're
The
they're
cast
doing
is
right.
phenomenal.
I was gonna say they haven't scrimped and
I know, really,
They
But Audible
Really?
keep doing that because they did that with Sandman, the Audible audio drama
That's
adaptation.
something I
of Sandman.
thought I stopped doing.
It's fantastic.
I got
I
to
just-
book 2 or 3.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and I didn't I got like halfway through book 2 and didn't realize it was part of the DC comic universe.
Yes, it is. You
Which
should have got that in
threw
first
me.
one.
Yeah.
In book 1, they meet the Martian Manhunter.
That's it. That was it. That's the bit that
In
threw
book
me.
1, and I was like, the first time I was like, oh yes, DC, isn't it? Every time, it's weird.
And then I saw
And
the
then Batman's in it.
haven't gone to that part.
He's not in it, but they meet Alfred at one point.
But then I started watching the series that they did for.
Yeah,
Immediately hated it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few times I'm there, been like the
Yeah.
books were better.
I would
I watched
100%.
2 episodes, I think,
Yeah,
and
no.
I was like, nah, I
Nah.
can't.
The bit with the gargoyles, like no,
If
just like you
you-
fucking ruined that scene.
Yeah, if you can stomach the fact it's Neil Gaiman, the audio drama on Amazon Prime, no, Audible, is well worth the credit.
It is good.
It's very well made.
I just never
Um,
picked up the rest of them, but they are good.
It feels like you're listening to a movie with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
It's really good. The downside, A, Gaiman wrote it. 2, he narrates it.
Mm,
So
There's-
but it's few and far between.
right.
There's also something I really like about those that audio book is you know Darcy from the Marvel Thor films.
Cat
Yes.
Dennings.
She
Yeah.
voices Death
Oh,
in
she's
it,
fantastic.
Really?
and it's so
She's
good because
so
like
good.
whenever I think of like the characterization of Death,
Yeah.
I always think to like supernatural depiction where it's like it's a very cold,
Yeah.
loveless.
It's the
and
Reaper,
just, like
right?
yeah, Grim Reaper, just like get out of my way kind of thing.
And yet the Sandman series
But in the Sandman series,
played
Yes.
a rendition of Death as a woman.
Yep.
And she had a very sort of
she's very warm and motherly.
Yeah.
Something
Death
that's, like-
in the DC universe is very much a force of like
Comfort.
wholesomeness.
She is there. She is taking you to the
She's-
afterlife. She is there to comfort you and guide you.
she's a
there,
psychopomp.
not-
She's
She's not there to kill you. She's there to guide you.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a
It's like Death
Yeah.
in the.
painfully touching scene in both adaptations, really, where Death. So Dream, her brother, wants to talk to her about whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, just come with me for a minute. I've got this thing to do." And she takes Dream into an apartment, and she sits with an old man, just talking. How about your life? How have you gone with your life? Isn't it a shame you didn't see your daughter more? You're a fantastic harp player. Well done. All this stuff. And then at the end of the she says, "Right, well, it's time to go now. Are you ready?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'll come with you." And it's like they're like
wow.
the most
Heartstring.
yeah, it's so emotional. Like it's such a touching moment that she's just like, "Oh, you've eased me through my last moments, just
Yeah.
talking about my life." That's how they're rationalizing that sort of like your life flashes before your eyes. It's just death
Yeah,
sitting to you,
that
talking to you
makes
about your
sense,
life.
Yeah.
There was
So well done. The TV show scene, superb. It's the best part of the entire season.
There's the DC animated films,
Mhm.
which I fucking love.
Yeah.
I love them more than like the Marvel's live actions, like during the Endgame era.
Sure.
I love the DC things more. They did one where it was like a load of short stories. One of them was a like follow on from the Under the Red Hood film.
Sure.
With Batman and Clark Kent, well, Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent talking and coming to terms with things. But then there's one where it's this struggling artist. He's like he's just struggling. Like he paints fences and walls for a living for like rich people, and then doesn't get paid because they scam him out of various things. And
Kick the fucking fence down.
yeah, and he's and because he's just so down on his luck, gets into drugs. And there's a bit where he's taking heroin and he's doing a painting, and there's like in the whole day of that you see him doing this leading up, there's always this one girl, and she's just appearing and talking to people out of random. Like there's one where he looks out the window after hearing a car crash, and she's talking to the person who's just gotten out and is like, "Are you okay?" Da, 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 da. Then there was one like she was down the hall talking to one of his neighbours, and you never really get the full conversation. And she starts to take an interest in him, and then it gets towards the end of the short story, and he asks to paint her, so he does so, and you don't actually see what the painting is, but he says like, "This is the best work I've ever done, thank you." And says, "Okay, now you got to come with me." And she's death.
Mm.
And then he looks back and is like, "Wait, what?" He looks back and he's overdosed on heroin. And
Death in
like,
Death in DC is done so well.
and then he's like his cigarette or something catches his couch on fire, and the whole apartment's going up, and he's there like, "No, please, just save the painting. It's the only thing of my life I've done that's any worth, any good. Just save that." And then it cuts and goes to the next scene, and it's just the fire department that have come in to put out the blaze, and the whole apartment is ash except for like a perfect preserved ring around the painting, and you see it, and it's her as like her true form, her like spiritual angel of death self, and it's just like it's proper touching.
Love how
Such a great like short story.
really love how
DC doing something right.
DC do Death so well, and it's all down to Gaiman because Gaiman wrote Death, which is unfortunate. Now knowing who he is, as a
Yeah,
person.
of course, yeah.
But if we can divorce author and
yeah,
artist,
you know,
it's
credit where it's due and all that sort of business.
beautiful, like understanding of death as a personified force. Really cool.
Good stuff. What about you, Mike? What was the first sort of novel that you remember?
Well, I read a lot as a kid. And I was
Jimmy
Jimmy Book. I was a big reader as a kid. I remember being in like sort of, I think we've discussed this before. I remember year 5's parents' evening, and my parents being like, "Can you just recommend him something to read? Because he's done all the required reading, he's done all the whatever." And the teacher at the time was like, "The Hobbit, he's read it. Lord of the Rings, read it. How about this? Read it." And we got through it. And eventually, I think my mum was part of one of those like mail order book clubs that would just send you a random book every month. And Dragons of Autumn Twilight, the first Dragonlance book, was there. And I was like,
the trilogy in the house.
I've got the trilogy there as well. And I was like, I'll give that a go. Why not? Because it's obviously sort of like very 80s-esque oil painting on the cover.
That art style.
So good.
Yeah.
And I read, I think I read about 4 pages and was like, this is interesting. This is like the Lord of the Rings, but on steroids a bit. Yeah, there's more fighting and there's more
magic.
There's more action. The magician actually does magic. It doesn't just go woo and and the thing happens. This is fucking cool. And I thought that we thought that was the only book in the series. We thought it was a one-off book. Until my dad found the omnibus on eBay and was like, "Oh, buy," and that was the best day of my life. But after that, the one I remember the
It
most.
didn't exist when I was a
Sorry,
kid.
Sorry, Mel.
sorry, Mel and dog.
House.
House,
Yeah, just everything.
yeah, everything.
Best
Getting
day
it-
of his life.
Degree.
Watching this in 2 years' time when he's married, and yeah.
I was just glaring at him. I was like,
She doesn't listen to the podcast anymore. No, the one I remember reading the most is the Red Wall books. I got them the Easter. I got the first book, Martin the Warrior. The Easter I was 11, 12, because I didn't really like Easter eggs that much. My parents were like, "Oh, books about a fiver. There you go. It's the same value. You'll get more use out of a book than an Easter egg."
That's totally
Surprised they weren't like, we'll get him with a chocolate Easter book.
Ooh, I mean, but no, that really kick-started because it's swords and some sorcery,
Yeah.
very little, but it's just very good, high adventure sword fighting. But everyone's an animal,
Yeah.
really good.
Good
Really
stuff, man.
Discworld.
No, actually, it's the first series that I started. The first thing that I remember reading, sort of really distinctly reading, were the He-Man short stories.
Okay, sure.
And they're sort of, I think they're about 15 pages long, and they came with a tape, and you
Nice.
could listen to the tape, right? He-Man versus the Behemoth and whatever else, right? And he loses his sword. Oh my god! And he jumps in the water, and you have to turn the tape over. And it was brilliant. But the first,
Turn to side 2.
yeah, the first real sort of novel that I remember reading was actually called Ronan the Barbarian.
Ronan.
Ronan the Barbarian. It's a parody.
Legally distinct.
It is a parody,
Okay.
and it's comedy.
Yeah.
Um,
Was it a National Lampoon book?
no,
Okay, it wasn't
No.
like Lord of the Rings.
no. It's along those lines, but it's not. So kid in a village, his village gets slaughtered by this guy. Swears that he's gonna blah blah blah. Gets into hero school. Meets a donkey, right? Who becomes a carnivorous donkey, just biting heads off chickens and stuff. And then they meet this mage. I can't remember the mage. I was
I
like
mean, sign
12,
me
I
up.
think.
Sign me up.
Yeah. And the mage makes the donkey talk. So yeah, and then he meets this woman who is like, she's a deadly assassin. She's got this little fucking crossbow thing. It's really, really funny. It's really, really.
Okay.
But do you know what the Draenei are?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So there's something in there. There's a nightclub that the evil sorceress in book 2 goes to called Draenei Dreams.
Nice.
And it's really, really fun. Ronan the Barbarian, and then Lords and Ladies from the Discworld was the first, and that's when
You've just reminded me of a book I read to death when I was a kid, by Julie Andrews,
okay.
the actress.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Called The Last of the Really Great Wang Doodles. Yep.
This episode has taken.
I don't remember the plot of the book in the slightest.
Like Mary Poppins herself.
Yeah.
It's just appeared out of
So
nowhere.
a Wang Doodle was I can't remember exactly the description, but I sort of remember them being described as like as rare as a unicorn and that sort of ilk of creature.
Like the Jabberwocky and
they were going on a hunt to find the last one so they could not survive it. Look after it, preserve it. Yeah. And I remember distinctly a paragraph about having colourful umbrellas, and you should always have one because it makes people look up,
all right.
not at the floor like they do all the time. That's all I remember of that book, apart from the title, because it
The
was
last of the really great Wang Doodles.
Yep.
I can see a Google coming on after we finish
I
the
can
episode.
see an Audible search coming.
yeah, it's written by Julie Andrews because my mum found it, I think, and was like, "Huh, Mary Poppins wrote a book.
Yeah.
That might be good."
National treasure. Anyway, here we go. You can't
Yeah.
wait till the end of the episode.
I ain't waiting.
Speaking of which, however,
We should probably end it.
I think so. I
Okay.
think that's
Before Henry can tell us.
yeah.
I'll rattle through.
Go and Google yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to this episode of Explore and watching it if you're on YouTube. We've been Mike, Dave, Henry, and Dean. If you'd like to know more about what we do, you can find it on our website. It's allmannerofgames.co.uk. You can find it on social media with the same hashtag, not hashtag,
Username.
username. Thank you. We're
All of the above.
Yeah.
Yep, on pretty much every platform. If you want to get in contact, you can do it on the Discord. Henry's poised, ready for wang doodling.
0. On the Audible, 0.
Ah,
You
that's
have
a
to
shame.
you have to buy a copy and read it into a
will.
microphone.
Oh no.
You have to make your own audiobook. Yeah, if you want to know about more of our events coming up, we have got Tabletop and Eaton.
We
The
have.
next instalment of that is on March 7th from 9 a.m. in the
Certainly is.
United Reformed Church
I
Hall.
will be there for this one.
May 9th is the next Warhammer tournament.
May 9th is the next
Indeed.
Warhammer Doubles tournament. Yep. What else we got?
Stuff. things.
February 19th
Inquisitive.
is Inquisitive, but that might be tomorrow.
If you're listening.
It might
Yeah.
be tomorrow.
Will probably
At
be
time of
tomorrow.
recording, I'm trying to
Time
work
of
out.
recording, it's not tomorrow.
No, but I'm trying to work it out. I think it is probably tomorrow.
At time of listening, it
So
will
if you're
be
listening to this
tomorrow.
Wednesday the 18th and you want to
Yeah.
come to answer a
Nerdy quiz.
series of questions on nerdy stuff,
That are definitely going to be easier than last.
100%.
They are going to be easy.
100%.
Are you coming this time?
Yes, I
Hey.
Good man. Are you able to come at all?
Probably not,
That's a
unfortunately.
shame.
do we need to dial you in on Zoom?
I'll be there. I'll be there in spirit.
Might
Yeah.
see if I can get a couple of my cousins to come down as well.
That's a
Yeah, do it.
great shout.
We're good. Be good to meet your fabled cousins that you we
Will
hear so
be.
much
You've
about.
spoken a lot about them, so.
Not on air,
But
obviously.
anyway, never mind.
I
Uh,
don't
so
have
that's-
siblings, so it's just.
That's fair. That's Inquisitive. It's a little nerdy trivia pub quiz, not pub quiz, quiz. It's a quiz.
it's a quiz.
It's a quiz about quizzes.
It's a
That would
quiz
be
about
terrible,
nerdy stuff.
wouldn't
It's
it?
not about quizzes though.
That would be awful. Quizzing about quizzes. Anything else I'm missing?
No, this is Explore.
Okay.
It is
This
indeed.
is Explore. Thank you very much for listening. Drop us a like, a comment, a follow, a subscribe. If you'd like to help us financially, we're by no means obliged to. You can find details on doing that at kofi.com/allmanofgames. You can also find us on Easy Fundraising as a good cause locally. I've got a fun story about good causes I'm going to talk to you about
Next time.
next time. Cool. We'll see you
Thank you
next
very
week. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Explore is brought to you by All Manner of Games. Our hosts were Mike Herndon, Dean Schickel, David Weeks, and Henry Adair. The episode was edited by Mike Herndon, and we'd like to thank Motion Array and Good Sounds for use of the song Pixel Heartbeat for our intro, outro, and breaks.